Eminem is Eminem. If you notice in hip hop, Eminem is the only rapper that nobody ever wants a problem with, including myself, man. Eminem is like the most lyrically insane. Even when I was going at 50 and me and Dre wasn't seeing eye to eye, man, I stayed away from the white dude, because he a problem. You know what I'm saying? I understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like Eminem, I don't think it's a rapper he won't slay. And you don't even want a war with Eminem. He crazy.
And I used to think Eminem was better than me.
So what you saying right now?
He's not. Challenge. Hey, challenge it.
Game, you don't want to go versus against
Yes,
Eminem.
I do. What do you mean? Yeah, I do. The fuck you mean? So what you trying to say? Hey, let's just say what you're trying to say. You trying to say that I don't want to head up fade with the white man?
Think right now, who's your favorite singer? It doesn't matter the genre, who they are in terms of accolades and awards and such, just tell us who's your favorite singer. Now tell us why they're your favorite singer above all others. Were you able to do that? Now if you were to tell someone your pick and they said you were wrong to think that, how would you feel? Pretty bad, we'd bet. But it's important to remember that such picks and top tier lists are subjective, and even the artists themselves think higher or lower about others who aren't them. Look at the game, for example. We'll break it all down for you, but before we do that, go ahead and do us a favor by leaving a like on the video, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. Do you want to win an iPhone 13 Pro Max? Maybe a MacBook Pro? How about $500 cash? You decide. All you have to do is comment the secret hidden message somewhere in this video. That's it. Oh, and leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel so we can keep affording these giveaways. Winners will be announced on the last day of each month. Thanks for watching and good luck. And with that being said, let's get straight into the video. The Game over Eminem? The Game has thrown down the gauntlet, claiming he's a better rapper than Eminem, and he said he would happily go up against him in a versus battle. The Compton rapper is the latest artist to appear as a guest on NORE and DJ EFN's popular Drink Champs podcast. During the chat, the Game talked about how he wasn't a fan of Eminem busting out of the courthouse building during his Super Bowl performance alongside Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, and 50 Cent. He then added that he feels he's a better rapper than Eminem, even though he used to think otherwise. I like Eminem, he's one of the good MCs, great MCs, Game said. I used to think Eminem was better than me, he admitted. Game was then asked how he feels now, to which he replied, he's not, challenge it. NORE then told Game he doesn't want to go versus against Eminem, but Game disagreed. Yeah, I do, he confidently stated. It should be noted that last year, the Game said that Eminem was one of the best ever, and even put him in a top 10 list of those he thought was the best. So clearly something changed to make him feel this way, wouldn't you say? Naturally, a lot of people had thoughts on this, so the Game decided to double down. The Game has now doubled down on his assertion he's a better rapper than Eminem after he made similar comments during his recent Drink Champs interview. On Sunday, the rapper shared a clip on Instagram, as seen below, in which he reiterates his belief that he's more talented of an MC, as much as he also shows love to M. When y'all say Eminem is better and all that, I see it, I feel you, he said. And you know what? If you feel like Eminem is better than me, that's your opinion. But it's a lot of people that feel like I'm better than Eminem, and that's their opinion. Me personally, is Eminem better than me? Nah, he's not, bro. He went on to explain that if anyone has doubts about his own talent, him and M could hop on the studio and figure it out on wax. I think the best way to see if he is or if I am is, let's rap about it, he continued. Let's do something. Let's put something out. Let's see. Cause that's what it is, bro. It's rap. The Game also explained that even if he did think M was better than him, he probably wouldn't admit it anyway. I'm striving to be the best human that I can possibly be. The best rapper, the best father, the best friend, he added. I also gave Eminem his props in the same accord. As far as being better than me, nah, Eminem is not better than me. Bro, I'm better than him. I said it again, and I'll keep saying it again. Bro, it is what it is. Now, to some that might be viewed as arrogance, but there's actually wisdom and fairness in what he said. A matter of opinion. Remember in our intro where we said that favorite singers and top tier lists are meant to be very subjective? Well, we were right to say that, and for the most basic of reasons. Because what you like as a person is likely going to be different than what others like. For example, there are those who only listen to rap, but then there are others who think that rap is terrible. There are people who like all sorts of music and listen to them as a mixtape of sorts. And then there are those who don't care for music as a whole. That's their right. The other thing he said was that other people felt that he was better than Eminem. He was smart not to name names because that allowed him to have a bit of leeway, because it's true that likely someone out there thinks he's better than Slim Shady, and that is indeed their opinion and right to claim, as long as they don't get hateful about it. That's fine. The only thing that the Game honestly did wrong was the whole even if he was better, I wouldn't admit it bit. Yes, trying to be your best self is a good idea, but ask just about any artist and they'll tell you that at one point or another, they acknowledged that one artist was better than them, and they would use that as motivation motivation to try and get better themselves. A great example of this is Drake. Coming up, Drake happily admitted that he was in awe of Kanye West and considered him a hero in many ways, but then he said he's the guy he wants to surpass, and then he did just that, much to the chagrin of Kanye in various ways. Plus, the game has been around for a while, so he should know that Eminem is potentially better than him in most metrics, but if he doesn't acknowledge that in a way that goes beyond respect, then that's a problem. Versus match? The other thing that shows a bit of arrogance here in regards to the game's call out is that he's willing to go up against Eminem in a versus match. One of the people on the podcast he was on with told him he didn't want to do that, and for good reason. Eminem grew up in the underground rap scene, and that meant constantly doing rap battles, 1v1 and leaving it all on the table. That even made it into 8 Mile, his semi-autobiographical movie that even rappers admit were some of the best rap/diss tracks ever done, and not all the people rapping were real rappers. Hi there, Anthony Mackie. Eminem lives for things like that, and he's gone freestyle on people multiple times and left them buried. Can you say the same for the game? We didn't think so. Granted, we don't know if Eminem would even want to do this, but we wouldn't put it past him to say yes and put this to bed. Snoop Dogg. Now, we will go and throw the game a bone here, because he's not the first person to say that Eminem, even with all his success and accolades, is better than him, or even the best around. Who else said that? Let's rewind 1 year and talk about Snoop Dogg. Speaking to The Breakfast Club, Snoop began by recalling Dr. Dre's rise from NWA to co-founding Death Row Records and becoming the dopest producer in history, and there's no doubt that he is right in that regard. Dr. Dre is a legend in all the ways that matter, from making music and songs to dope albums, and of course his headphones that made him super rich. He's done it all in the right way with only a few missteps on his journey. Snoop then went on to praise Dre for successfully discovering rap talent across the US. Snoop cited Eminem as an example of an artist who had their career launched by Dre. Eminem, the great white hope. White rappers had zero respect in rap. Let's keep that one though. Wow, Snoop said. Dre has probably put Eminem in the position where he would be considered one of the top 10 rappers ever. I don't think so, but the game feels like that he's top 10 lyricist and all that comes with it. That's just because he's with Dr. Dre, and Dr. Dre helped him find the best Eminem that he could find. Now, on the surface, that may seem like a major diss on Eminem, especially since Eminem has made songs without Dr. Dre that were #1 hits, along with albums that were mega hits. However, there is some truth to his words. In fact, even Eminem would go on to note after this that Snoop was right about the subject in various ways. However, Snoop didn't stop there. Snoop doubles down. Don't forget the original question that was posed to Snoop was that about his top 10 and where everyone ranked on it. So if Eminem is not in the top 10 of the Snoop D-O-double-G, then who exactly are in his mind? He was willing to reveal this on Breakfast Club in part. There's some in the 80s that Eminem can't with, Snoop continued, like Rakim, like Big Daddy Kane, like KRS-One, like LL Cool J, like Ice Cube. But when you're talking about this hip hop that I can't live without, I can live without that. So yeah, Snoop had some hard truths that he wanted to lay down at the feet of Eminem, though he did maintain in the interview that he and Eminem are brothers in regards to the OG rapper sense, which is an important thing. But that wasn't the important thing at the time, because in the mind of Eminem, this wasn't about the list or about the line about how Dr. Dre made Eminem. For Slim Shady, he didn't appreciate the tone and angst that Snoop had as they did the interview, so he did a diss track on Snoop and Snoop fired back. The feud eventually died out, and the two, alongside Dre, Mary J. Blige, and Kendrick Lamar, were asked to do the Super Bowl halftime show this year, and it got great success. A person who wasn't asked to that halftime show? The game says a lot, doesn't it? Stirring the pot? There's a difference between speaking your mind on a topic and then straight up going after someone because you think it'll bring you success. In the rap game, many have gone after big name rappers just to get the rub and thus gain a little more fame. Others just like getting into feuds with one another, and the game knows all about that in various forms, as does Eminem. So what is the end game here? Is this really just the game finding new confidence in himself and not wanting to admit how good or how much better Eminem is than him? Or is this more about getting a feud going and starting some momentum for himself? We honestly can't say, but it is something to pay attention to for various reasons. What we will say is that Eminem has been one of the most important rappers of the last 20 years. He dominated a decade and still has influence in his waning years, including now an epic Super Bowl halftime show alongside fellow legends. So if the game wants Slim Shady to come after him, all we can say is good luck with that. And there you go, everyone, to look at what the game said about Eminem and why he defended his statement the way he did. Do you think that the game is indeed better than Eminem? Or do you think that he's just blowing smoke? Do you think that Eminem is going to respond to this in one form or another? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.